What's up? We are live. It is, we have 291 days, 3 hours and 58 minutes until the midterm elections. Let's hope that continues to fly by. Bunch of shit going on, as always, right? We have, I guess Trump calling to, well, for most of us, it hasn't been a mystery at all that, Trump would find some way to invoke the Insurrection Act or declare martial law at some point. I thought he would do it as soon as people started protesting him, but now I don't know. They have to be considering the same things I'm trying to spit out right now. The Trump administration and all his fucking extremely fucking fascist bonkers cronies. Do they wait till maybe just a week or two before the midterms, or is it going to happen soon? Is Minnesota kind of the testing ground now for what he can get away with as far as Gestapo-style policing? I don't know. Let me say hi to you folks. Gloria and Stephanie and Laura and Peg is back and Nosy's here. What's up, folks? Thanks for coming by. We're going to check out... Did I get it set up or not? We're going to check out, I'm bringing you some shots live from the protests that are going on currently. All right. Peg says they just finished watching Meet the Parents and got notified of this stream. Sweet. YouTube's not always great for sending out notifications for my streams. So this is live from Minnesota right now. Excuse me. It's that time of year, I guess. As soon as I start yapping, which really I never stop.
She's nearly out of breath. We will kiss the fucking ring.
You will be identified and go to prison!
Get out of the road! Get out of the road! Get out of the driveway!
Jesus, my computer's dragging ass for some reason.
We irritated the little toy soldier. The toy soldiers got all
Mom
wound
jeans.
up.
She passed them down to you.
All the
But who
nutcrackers.
passed them?
Little toy soldiers are all wound up. You guys look scared. Why are you scared? Why are you so scared? There's no shovels here at all.
See, we can lie down too, you little bitches!
Peg, I'm not like the biggest movie buff in the world, but that scene, yeah, is one that always comes to me. Great movie anyways, right? Cowards, come out and play. If I had a couple bottles to clink together, I'd do it. Push you, shove me. Push you, shove me. Shove you, push me. Push me, shove you. Yeah, that's good shit. That's Trump's America. He wants everybody at each other. Bama, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Nosy asks, or says, I watched it live today, the attempt to stage the insurrection. Did they show it on CBS News yet? I'm not sure what exactly you're referring to, Nosy. I almost watched, like, maybe a little bit off topic, but like I almost watched a fucking CBS News clip last night, and then I'm like, you know what? Fuck these people. Why would I fucking watch anything they have to say anymore? But I don't know. I've heard some crazy shit about like maybe some sort of Trump advisor running his mouth about this is the Insurrection Act being invoked. I don't know. I have not had much time with the news today, so.
Oh, y'all already running? Huh? So they already running. They ain't even got up here yet.
We're making this shit unpeaceful. This is peaceful, bro. We're making this shit unpeaceful.
They're not supposed to be in the
Every
street.
fucking time. Every time we come here, bro, they make it unpeaceful. And it's not even the people, bro. It's always them. Fuck you!
Had to change the stream title there a minute. So tonight I ask,
Property will be arrested. The middle of the road is the property line. All federal property will be arrested.
I had to turn my speakers down a little bit so I could turn it up on this feed.
This is legal. Do not threaten people. Just like
Aaron, cheers, brother.
Don't threaten
Thanks for
us.
coming.
What we're doing is legal and peaceful. So do not make it unpeaceful. What we're doing is legal and peaceful. Hey, he's good.
Road is public.
Hey, let him through. Don't be a dick. Just let him through. Why do you guys
Chad,
make
you guys
this
call this
unpeaceful?
peaceful?
We want
Is this a peaceful
Why do
protest?
you guys want to make this unpeaceful?
One, if it's peaceful. Two,
I don't
if
give
it's
a
not
shit.
peaceful.
I don't give a shit if this is federal property. This is legal. At the end of the day, we are allowed to be here. We're allowed to be here and show up for our people in our community because we are
Aaron, yeah, it is. Yep.
shitty ass cousin who got kicked out. That's what you guys are.
Why?
But this is peaceful. Remember, what we're doing is legal, and we're not causing any harm to anyone. What we're doing is legal. Get that through your trick fucking skull. What we're doing is legal. You fucking retard. I'm sorry that you're losing brain cells. What we're doing is legal, and remember that. Our constitutional right. It's our amendment to be here. Our freedom of speech. We got freedom of speech. So don't get it twisted. Just because these motherfuckers got it twisted, don't get it twisted. You work for the city, not them, dumbass. So remember that. What we're doing is legal. This is our right. What we're doing, this is our right. We're allowed to do this.
You are allowed.
Exactly. So don't be fucking stupid and bring that bullshit out. Be peaceful. What we're doing is peaceful. No one's causing harm, you fucking retards.
Federal property is the middle of the street.
Fuck, bro, I feel bad for your mother, bro. I feel bad for your fucking mother. All you motherfuckers.
Federal property.
So here's an example. This is an example of motherfuckers who try and cause harm. Because we are peaceful. Retreat back into your fucking home. Retreat! Fall back! Fall back! Fall back! Retreat! Fall back!
Everybody's right back in the middle of the street.
Number two, fall back! Number two, fall back! Number two, fall back! Number two, fall back! Our street! Our street! Fall back!
Off the federal property. You will be identified. You will be arrested.
Number two, fall back! Number two, fall back!
The middle of the road is federal property. Stay off federal property or you will be arrested.
No, I have not seen that story yet either, Nosy. You're on top of shit, girl.
Stay off the property. You will be identified. You will be arrested.
That's a lie! Number two, fall back! Number two, fall back! Number two, fall back!
Yeah, it's fucking cold as fuck here too, brother. It's well, surprisingly it's 20 degrees, but we got a bunch of snow coming. So they say. Winter weather advisory starting at about 2 a.m. and going through, Sunday, Monday. It's not going to stop snowing for OTV for about 5 days. Yeah, I follow Status Quo Nosy. They're good. Sometimes the owner, Jordan, gets under my skin, but he isn't wrong about a lot of stuff.
Were you here last night? You go downtown?
Downtown? No.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't worked.
Dude, it was fucking crazy down there.
Yeah, I seen it on stream. That shit was wild.
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck that's hard to explain, Nosy. It's well, it's hard to wrap our head around how, you know, so many, like, and it's not just young people, it's like Americans that born and raised, you know, middle class, lower middle class, going for this fucking fascism bullshit. It's absolutely maddening. I mean, I just cannot I'm left, you know, without words every fucking day for so long now, not getting what the fucking Trump supporters think they're gaining from this. I don't understand. I mean, that's just aside from the fact that all this bullshit is completely fucking bonkers. If you have any fucking sort of fucking moral compass at all, right? Nels, Kate, cheers to you. Yeah, Nels says we're fucked. It's gonna get really ugly. Really uglier. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna keep an eye on these protests tonight again, of course, but I definitely wanted to talk more here in a little bit about Trump seems to be moving towards either declaring martial law or invoking the Insurrection Act, and so I think it's just a matter of time and when. I don't know if they're like testing the waters here or what's going on with that, but I don't think it matters what the results of their tests are. I don't think it's going to. I mean, it have to. I don't know what I guess result they would be expecting if they want to see citizens pushing back, or if that's what they're hoping for, so they can invoke the Insurrection Act, or if. But I think it wouldn't matter what their reason for doing so would be. I mean, they're going to be trying to take on the citizens of 50 different states, good fucking luck. You're just not going to get, he's going to need more than the National Guard. It's just going to splinter all law enforcement, all civil law enforcement across the country, or divide them. People are going to be making choices at that point, including our military. No, anybody with half a brain, once even a bunch of folks that like sit in their fucking cushy homes and support this fucking bullshit, when the violence gets really close to their home, they're going to have a change of heart. A lot won't, but some will. All right, I'll be right back, folks.
All right, I'm gonna stop at Target. All right, I got you. I love you. I gotta stop and get some milk and some diapers. Milk and diapers. You know, it's crazy. A lot of these people that are out here were outside yesterday downtown Minneapolis. Damn, look at their car.
Federal protected. Move away from the vehicle or you will be arrested.
Fuck the vehicle!
Move back from the vehicle. You are impeding traffic on federal property.
Hey, trust me, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're here with us, not with you, you fucking bitch. You thought. You're right there. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, look at them. They're going around on our ass.
So on our poll tonight, I asked, will Trump try to stop the midterm elections? And so far, 14 of you have voted, 79% saying yes, 21% saying no. We'll leave that poll up for the rest of the stream. Diggy, what's up? How you holding up, Pumpkin? Are you ready for your Civil War? Been a long time, huh, Nels? Been a long time. Yeah, for sure, Nosy. And I don't even get it, really, honestly. Like, unless he thinks he's immortal. I mean, I don't know what goes through a madman's mind, right? I'm only semi mad, so. Yeah, it's just hard. It's like, what does he think the future will hold when he's fucking 80 and um, refusing to give up office? I don't really get it, but he's fucking nuts. Pag asks if the National Guard is getting involved. Well, so far the court seems to have put a limit on that, but Trump will be trying to do anything he can, and I don't know if it's just they are creating. I mean, because ICE or DHS ICE is doing a lot of hiring, right? Like they're just fucking, on fucking overload mode, hiring anyone and everyone that applies. So it's really, it's crazy. Trump is 100% building a fucking private army, a Gestapo, right? So I guess I can't answer your question, Peg. At least, not. I can't give I don't really have an opinion, I suppose, on whether or not the National Guard will be used again. I mean, obviously he's tried that and it hasn't really worked out. The courts have held up, and for whatever reason, commanders are following the court orders, or Trump was backing down or not pushing it, which I'm a little surprised, but maybe it's because of this. They have their alternative plan, which is to just, fucking ramp up the numbers of ICE, and that's how they're going to do it, I guess. I really don't see – I don't even know what the current numbers of ICE are. I wanted to say like 45,000, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to have to declare martial law or the Insurrection Act to get the military involved. The only way he can possibly stop the midterm elections or hold on to power or start violating our civil rights at a greater level is he's going to have some sort of backup. The ICE isn't going to be able to patrol the country. They can, I mean, clearly they have their hands full with whatever city they're in. And this isn't shit. Wait till everybody, people like me who feel it's time to, people like our brother Bill who feel it's time to go out there. I seen a really cool, Status Quo did an interview with a guy who is very close to my age. He was out there with his wife and his brother, and he was like, I've never done this. I've been sitting in my house, my cushy house in the suburbs, living my middle class life, watching social media, getting completely fucking angry at this bullshit, and I've had enough and decided to come down and hit the streets and show my support for the protests and my opposition to the fucking fascist Gestapo style policing that's happening. And so I think we're seeing the beginnings of that. I don't, these things take time, I guess. But when it explodes, it's going to be like in an instant that it's going to be fucking chaos everywhere. I hope I'm not blowing you guys out. I feel like I'm screaming. I don't know why I'm yelling at you. All right. I don't know if maybe that bottom. Maybe these two streams are wrapping up, you guys. Kind of looks like it. All right. I'll keep an eye on that for sure, though. I really wasn't even planning on bringing up those feeds so quick. I just figured we'd take a look around at some point during the stream to see what was happening. Jay, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Thanks, Laura, for the share. Jay says the real division is not between conservatives and revolutionaries, but between authoritarians and libertarians. George Orwell. Nosy says she's still convinced it's all about the Epstein scandal. God knows what's in those files. Well, I mean, that could be part of it, Nosy, but it's like right now I think there's been less than 12% of those files that have been put out, and there hasn't been any new releases since December 23rd or 24th, like 5 days after the law was signed, or that it was 5 days maybe after it was due. They were due. Yeah. So 35 days after the law was signed, but 5 days after the deadline had hit, there hasn't been any new files released since then. And whatever, the percentage can be debatable, but it's around 10%, 12% of the files. And plus you could go into all the redactions of those files that weren't supposed to be and all that shit. Gloria says it's so sad Laura and shelters have been overflowing for months due to the economy. It's Trump's private army for sure. Kate says this was planned out a long time ago. Nosy says go after political enemies. Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's first the migrants. Well, that's exactly it. They need to. Nosy says they'll go after political enemies. It's first the migrants, then comes the next group, and that's exactly it. They need to create some sort of a destabilizing situation, right? So they're more than, like, the Trump administration is more than happy to see these protests going on. They're hoping they get out of hand. I hope they don't. I hope they grow in numbers like we've seen in 2020, where there were plenty of every fucking weekend in so many cities, huge protests of peaceful folks, hundreds of thousands of people every weekend. Kate says Trump shut down the border bill because he made a deal with Core Civic and the Geo Group. Once the bill was shut down, they both gave him multiple millions. Oh, yeah. Yep. He's made all kinds of fucking backroom shady-ass deals like that. Kate says detention centers they are building are not just for the undocumented. They're for U.S. citizens. The regime feels do not have American values. Absolutely. We've already seen that with whatever that, I don't know if that ever, there's been so much going on, but maybe I read it in the Agenda 2025 thing, saying that you can't speak out against religion or Christianity or that's terrorism. Speaking out against not holding up or opposing or questioning traditional American family values. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? how do you fucking criminalize that? I mean, but I get that's what you're saying. They are going to be looking for, well, yeah, and not just conservative, or not just, I was going to say they're going to be looking for ways to get rid of all minorities, and poor folks, which isn't just minorities, right? Liberals, of course, and any conservative that doesn't toe the line. And, I guess maybe a lot of conservative women who support this shit want to be taken care of and don't want to have to make any decisions, don't want to have any choices or freedoms or, say in their lives, whatever. Maybe that makes things easier, not having to worry about being an adult. I don't know. And that's not ripping on women. I'm just saying, we know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Nosy says the elderly, the weak, the ill, anyone that Trump doesn't feel is contributing to society. Like, this is seriously like what, like, it's just gonna, and the Trumpers are so fucking ignorant because 95, 96, 97% of Trump's supporting base is just fucking middle class, lower middle class. They're not in the club. Seacott. Kate says, I can't remember which one for sure, but I think it was Geo Group that built the one in El Salvador. The ones in the U.S. are going to hold 10,000. So they built the one at the Seacott prison or whatever it is. Yeah, I have to, thanks, Kate. I appreciate you staying with that, and because sometimes it takes me a minute or a lot all the time to get all my wheels spinning. And that I guess if you look at Trump wanting to deport anyone here illegally, why would we need so many of these permanent detention centers like Kate's speaking of that they're building? So I mean, if we're just shipping people out without due process, thanks. I got to look into that. Lot going on. There's a lot of people. That's why it takes all of us, you guys, and it takes everybody to start being involved. And I know so many of you are and do pay attention and probably have for a long time. But we have to keep in the best ways we can to not turn people off. Folks in our lives that aren't engaged, you have to sit down and have some sort of heart-to-heart with them in whatever way you can reach, in your own special way, reach whatever individual in your life that you need, because you know how it is. We all have different relationships with the people we care about and spend time with, and you need to find that spot in that way that you have that special connection with each of these individuals that are just not understanding the severity of what's happening. I mean, this time was going to come in like humanity's history at some point, right? Like, we did good for a minute, but now it's time to take another step toward evolving, as a species. And that means not having one person or even having the system or setup or threat of one person or a handful of people, even if it's the handful is a few thousand around the world, because they're the ones holding all the wealth and, you know, controlling your paycheck or whatever it is. Have those conversations. Yeah, exactly. Nosy says it's not new. You saw it already. It's why I'm here. Germans pay extra attention. Oh, for sure, Nosy. Yeah. Nosy says someone's earning a lot of money with this. Everything costs money. It's going somewhere. Yeah, well, Trump has claimed to, you know, have brought in $17 trillion in tariffs, which is just bonkers. You know, that shit, that kind of shit really does start pissing me off. It's like, why is nobody questioning that? Is it, I guess it's because it's so fucking ridiculous, right? It's like, where the fuck is that money then? That's like half of our national debt. Are you kidding me? And in just a couple months, he had claimed to, since last summer anyway, 6 months or so, to claim to have brought in $17 trillion in tariff revenue. But yet our debt continues to tick up. Not tick up slowly either. I should just bring that. Let me try. See if I can just bring this one feed that is. I might have to make myself smaller. There we go. We'll keep an eye on that way.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, losers! Your children are doxing you! You fucking cowards! You will be identified! Court's coming! We know who you are, you
Oh yes, Nosy. I know, sister. I don't trust me, you know. You guys might be surprised at the content that I would or what the streams would be about if we weren't going through all this bullshit. I mean, I bring it up every once in a while, you know. It'd be nice to be focusing on real fucking changes instead of just having to fucking spend all our time on saving our asses, right? But that's what it is. Like, you know, I have all kinds of fucking griefs with fucking the two-party system, and you know, and it's clearly a lesser of two evils thing, and I have a lot of fucking inner turmoil about our politicians, Nosy, and what they go along with, you know. And I can give a quick example. It's the support for Israel, the blind support for Israel, in, you know, carrying along with it all the fucking lousy, dirty, fucking deadly things that Israel has done to us since becoming a nation. And we are their biggest supporters, and our Congress support Israel blindly, both sides of the aisle, and there's something up there. I'm not a conspiracy nut, but give me a fucking break. We had one congressperson vote last year against funding Israel. I don't think that happens very often. So yeah, there's a lot of fucking bullshit going on, you know, within our system with, you know, to Nosy's point about them robbing and lying to us. unfortunately, you know, I don't know if it's. I mean, our country has moved so much. It constantly moves towards the right since World War II. So I don't know. You know, I'm one person.
Can you hear
I
me
haven't lived
now?
forever, but
Hold
I
on,
don't
hold on.
know.
I had my mask on, so.
I mean, I have some pretty. I think ideally, you know, the more liberal social views and programs, the better we are
So
if
they
we're
were trying
fucking
to rip a
managing
fence
them right.
down here, the protesters. So I'm gonna see.
But I guess
we're
you
waiting
take
to
it
see
one
if the
step at a
police- I think
time.
they're
I
gonna
don't know,
push them
and
back here.
and we're losing by doing so. James, what's up,
Clear
brother?
now, let's
Cheers to
go.
you.
Just keep.
Mac in the
So
house.
some cars are coming out. So let's see what happens here. I think they're gonna come out here now.
Max says he saw a video of an ICE officer going into
Yeah,
a porta-john with a
they're
young
gonna-
female detainee.
They were trying to. Can you hear me, Kara? Can you guys hear me? Okay. They're gonna push them back here.
Post the
again.
link.
'Cause they were
Post the
trying to
link,
rip the
Matt.
fence down, and I think some. There's the guy with the helmet again. Here we go. They're gonna come out. All right, Kara, keep an eye because they may. He's getting the tear gas. He's about to spray.
Staatsstraßen. Nosy, how's my German growl? Nosy says in German it's called Staatsstraßen. Staatsstraßen. I probably did pronounce that wrong, didn't I? Staatsstraßen.
They're opening the gate. I don't know. Yeah, they're about to come out. Oh no, they're trying to see.
Oh, did Max say I? I gotta reread that. Oh, I must have missed something, Mac. All your posts look normal.
They're trying to.
Did you guys hit that thumbs up or down? Did you share with those that you love and those you don't? Did you subscribe and ring my all bell? Do you have gifts turned on so I can throw out some gift memberships?
They're trying to close the gate. No. There we go.
I have no control over who they go to. You fucking put... Oh, I gotta turn these guys up.
Everybody go back to the other gate now that this one is secure. They can't get in and out. Let's go.
Trying to take that gate down. I don't recommend that stuff, but whatever.
Okay, sure.
Can't stop them.
But
Yeah, have fun sleeping here, bitches. No,
the cops are backing out.
the fuck out of our community. Stop killing and hurting our neighbors.
So we have 22% of the 18 folks that voted saying that Trump will not try to stop the midterm elections. I wonder if they are Trumpers that are just wishful. I mean, I don't know what. Those people are pretty kooky.
Leo, can you see him?
You are, James. Niner Nation, baby.
Not at the moment. I don't think this is worth it for now, right? Yeah.
And his haircut, Kate, right? That dude's all over, you know. I can't give him credit for anything because he's just, other than for being a fucking pretty big douchebag. But motherfucker is right in with a lot of those fucking raids. It's crazy. I wonder if he's Stephen Miller's daddy. Or are they too close to the same age?
I mean, this guy's going to get arrested soon. He's done. They're going to get him.
Hey, Bear, what's up, sister? I know, right? Hey, Bear, I can't. YouTube does it randomly. I'm allowed to throw out a certain amount every month, but YouTube decides who gets them. Which is cool, but except for when a chud gets one. Yeah, like if you buy memberships, you can't even choose who to fucking gift it to. It's kind of odd.
I'll send you the IFB for the next show.
I have it. I'll look at it.
James says 3 days in a row now he's been eating sea chicken. I made some badass mom's homemade chicken noodle soup last night.
Our pet tax dollars paid for all that shit. Fucking cowards.
Nosy says cosplaying Nazi. Yeah, Bavino is a fucking... You know, most of the time I'm just like focused and obviously angry about what's happening in our country, but that kind of shit is really disheartening. I mean, I grew up in a pretty fucking racist little town, right? It was just it wasn't a poor town by any means, and it was mostly white.
Here,
and
Kara,
so I experienced too much of that
Kara,
fucking shit. So
this is the ice.
It's really disheartening seeing people. I mean, so much fucking hate, man, in those people. Uh-oh.
It's okay. Calm down. It's hard
right.
it's fine.
Peg asks if I'm on Discord.
We missed they're gone.
One of our moderators, who I haven't seen in a while, created a Discord for the channel a while ago. But dude, I'm so terrible at keeping up with all that shit. I'm trying to get Mrs. V involved behind the scenes to help me maybe with some of this the kind of social media aspect of running a channel. I guess. I just like to come on and fucking talk to people. I'm not even kidding about that.
Okay.
I just love people. I think it's important that we stay engaged with each other. But so, as I say, how important it is to stay engaged, I don't have a Discord. You know, there's a community tab on YouTube now, though, where you guys can post live constantly, right?
Dialing into the 9.
It's just like a fucking Facebook feed type of thing or something, whatever.
Was he holding?
Thread.
Not his gun? We could have been. Can you see him pull his gun?
He had it. He was holding it towards.
I have you. Yeah.
He had it against the windshield.
Hey Bear, I did see Kate Broom in Laura's stream last night.
I got you. Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay.
Yeah, Bear says I think our MAGA chatters are having serious brain drain. Bear, I don't know what to say.
I'm having them.
I wonder,
to see if they could see the gun.
you guys don't push back on me too hot about it very hard or very often, which is cool. I really feel like we have such a huge issue with figuring out what the fuck the Trumpers' major malfunction is. I mean, how do we deal with that? Nosy, how did you guys... Nosy, something I guess I never really looked into. How did Germany deal with all the Nazi sympathizers within the population? Like, did they just kind of just quietly go back to whatever lives Germany had after the chaos? I mean, I understand that Germany was split, into two halves, but yeah, I don't know how we deal with these people, Bear. Like, when Trump goes away, they don't go away. Maybe all those concentration camps that Kate was referring to will get put to good use, housing people who should be there, like the fucking far-right fascist fucking Trumpers.
Leo, get him. Leo, just get shot. We have a second. We're feet.
I'm not reading that out, James, but that's good stuff. These are the days of our lives. Or one day after another.
Leo.
Pag smash MAGA. I like that. I can't. Nosy, you never told me, unless I missed your comment, how I did on the last word that I probably can't remember now. Staatsfrauen. I'll never be able to pronounce this one, sister. Entnazifizierung. Man, there's no way. Entnazifizierung. 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 There's no way I'm getting that, but not. No. Forgive me. Nosy says it was a long process. Many just returned to their old jobs, even some politicians after the trials. Yeah, that's one thing I'm guilty of, is not like digging deep into it. Like, I know how, about Operation Paperclip and how we kind of brain drained the fucking Nazi party for whatever folks we thought we could get away with fucking harboring. But yeah. Reason of state.
He was screaming in pain, right?
I'm sure I've told Nosy that I took German in 7th grade too. That was my foreign language of choice. It was French, Spanish, or German. And I figured German was as close to Dutch or Yiddish, I guess, as you could get. So, and me being Dutch. So that's, but unfortunately, I still struggle with it. I can count in German and say a few choice words. Funny enough, I don't think I know any curse words. How am I doing on the pronunciation though, Nosy? Nosy, you ever want to join me, sister? You guys know that I haven't given up. I should have done one tonight, actually, a StreamYard, where anybody could join me. You know, you don't have to. In fact, if I don't know you well, I mean, I would trust Nosy. But I couldn't put your video or picture up. But certainly, I'd love to have anybody. I love hearing people's voices, especially folks that I talk to so often. Statsrassant. I give up. I'm not trying anymore. I thought I did okay the first time, but I don't know. I need to get quicker at this shit and have it set up. I do need to clean up my computer somehow, though. I mean, it's still holding up pretty well after 6 years of fucking beating it up the way I do it. Never turns off. I almost never stop. It's almost always running or processing or rendering fucking artwork. But I need to use that Google audio translation.
Yeah.
Fuck ice. I need my Flamin' Pringles Bang Bang can. I got all kinds of. I have a whole pile of street instruments over there in the corner. They're mostly different sized coffee cans of different material, plastic, rubber tops, some tin, big ones, small ones. Fuck ice. Fuck ice. James says apparently the 700,000 truckers that are on their way to D.C. with 11,780,000.
So we were on by the main entrance of this federal building. This is where every night protesters have been gathering. And we were on the other side, and there were some clashes with law enforcement, and they were able to push many of the protesters.
Sorry, I don't. James kills me, you guys.
There was no force used, but they moved back.
You guys all caught that, right? 11,780,000 Ice Age. According to Peaches, so I asked it, Ice, thumb a ride.
And what they were doing, Caitlin, was they were
hitching a ride, hitching a ride.
To knock the fence down, and that's when all of these officers moved to this side.
I just need you to find me 11,780 pieces of chicken. and a fucking
immediately to the
Dr.
ground,
Pepper or
started
Diet Coke or whatever.
in pain. And so now, basically, I want to show you. You have these protesters here. There aren't many here at this point.
Be right back. I'll let this guy
Particularly
entertain you
large
guys for a minute.
crowd, but it's a loud crowd, and they're sort of in a standoff now with the federal law enforcement officials who are here now gathered behind this gate. They came over, law enforcement, they made sure that this gate was secure, and now they've been mostly standing on this side, making sure that none of the protesters try to climb over the fence, because some of them were trying to. They were getting up high and they were pulling on the fence. It was fine until that point, and that's when law enforcement came over here and they deployed pepper spray and they told folks they needed to move back. And this is where we are now. We're finding these pockets of kind of agitation, and then law enforcement responds, and then things calm down, and then things flare up.
And we're not fucking put the guns down, loser! I will see you tomorrow! Fuck down! Put the guns down, you loser! You're nothing! You're fucking
Okay.
We just want everyone to go home! Selfish pricks! You're a bunch of fucking losers! Help us get along this shit! Hey, you're not gonna sleep tonight, you fuckers! Fucking losers! Trust me! You're a bunch of fucking losers!
I mean, they're like, I should have said, we could taste the pepper spray, right? I mean, you could smell it after. Yeah.
These are the American people. That is not American. I don't care anymore.
Is that pepper balls? Pepper balls.
All right, I have to get in on this. Nosy, thank you so much for elaborating. And Abear, I appreciate you picking her brain too. Nosy says, imagine that teachers returned to their old jobs, those who were serving Hitler before. No, it was difficult, no doubt. My parents kept talking about it, about neighbors, etc. All were guilty. You need to realize that even those people are needed for a functioning society. Healing needs time. And Nosy, just to your point, I mean, I haven't gotten to the point, you know, I am a smart ass, so I've said shit like, you know, the Trumpers need to be re-educated. But I'm sure, Nosy, you know, you've gotten to chat with me and A-Bear for a while now, and I've known A-Bear for about 10 years now, somewheres around this month. And so we truly are curious, and you know, even though, like, you know, it was your parents' generation and basically our parents' generation that had gone through that. We do appreciate, you know, we feel like you must have and do clearly have some insight on it, and hopefully, you know, I'm thankful for people like Nosy because I don't know what it's like. I'm an American. I don't know what it's like to fucking go into spend so much time, you know, be a regular in another chat. I mean, I do have some chats that I love, like Cupcake Owl from France, you know, and Crazy Bulgarian, and
Can we go stand
but
over there so we have a direct shot in?
yeah, like we can't. I mean, it's fun to joke a little bit, I guess, maybe, and say that the Trumpers should all be in re-education camps. But you're talking about what 78 million of them who fucking voted this last election. That's not realistic. For a minute, I thought about the MAGA granny, and I watched. I don't know if you guys watched. I think I streamed it. Her. She was, you know, in a. I can't remember what the fuck the hearing was about exactly, but she was one. She was the elderly Trump supporter that was arrested and pardoned for J6, and she was like the only one that legally denounced her pardon or something like that. So, but you have to think, and is what is hard for me is I guess, Nosy, I could ask, have your parents relayed to you at all like that, that they've seen remorse from any of the Nazi sympathizers of the time? I'm sure some have, but and as horrific as it was, I still have a hard time judging folks. Like I've said many times, I feel like even at our worst, I feel like most humans are doing the best they can. You know, if they, I doubt that there's a lot of folks that sit there and go, I know what I'm doing is absolutely horrific and I'm going to do it anyways, even no gain to myself. You know, I just can't see that happening. Maybe we make a lot of bad choices based on selfishness, but you should, Nosy. We would promote it here. This is why I do these streams, you guys, because of the exact conversation we're having right now. Because this is what's important is to be face to face with as many different folks as we can in life. At least engaging with them in any sort of way, you know, like all of us spend time in these chats, right? That are just text. We have different profile pictures, whatever. But even at a distance, like me doing this, it hopefully humanizes me to some of these folks. Gary, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Nosy says the circumstances are different. There are no foreign nations who can save you. It's what worries me. I wish I could help. Yeah, exactly. We are, you know, and I don't say this like braggadociously, but America is, maybe I shouldn't say top dog. America is a big fucking dog. And it's like right now we're struggling to save our own ass. We have zero control over our executive branch, basically our federal government, also in part because of the fucking spineless Congress that we have. Yeah, Kate says we did create the Department of Education after the Civil Rights Movement to help with desegregation. One political party has always been to oppose that, has been opposed to that. now they are successfully dismantling it. Yeah, it's crazy that like one of Trump's comments the other day was in reference to Iran was he was, you know, speaking to the people of Iran, whether they heard his comments or not, you know, take back your institutions or hold your institutions. Meanwhile, he is fucking systematically destroying foundational American institutions, right? Oh, look at that, James. James, you see that? You see the fucking poll? It looks like some of our Trumper friends. Somebody fucking posted the link with the poll to True Social. So about 5 minutes ago, we had 18 votes, and now we are up to 43 votes. I asked, will Trump try to stop the midterm elections? 42% said yes. 58% now saying no, and the number of voters is rising fast. Hats off. Welcome. Just want to say hi to Lala and Sin. Nosy says you need to always remember that they are human beings that have been misled. They believed lies and they made mistakes. As long as they did not actively participate, they are just victims of their own ignorance. Nosy, I can agree with that, sister. Like, if they're not out there, I mean, I still feel like I feel I feel responsible for my words. Doing what I do. I don't pretend to think that I have any sort of influence on anyone. Like, I don't have that big of a head. But I feel responsible for every fucking thing I say on here. But I get your point that if they're not out there physically engaging in violence, I think that is different than, you know, those who are, but it's what they're thinking is what unsettles me. It's like you know, knowing that there's a threat out there just beyond the fucking shadows, and there's, you know, you don't know how to you know, we don't know how to keep it from causing this again. I mean, I guess that's my thoughts is how do we learn from this, for fuck's sake, once we get through it? Yeah, they're going crazy on the fucking, they're just lighting up the poll. James, they don't realize how much fucking that's boosting the attention to the channel, which is awesome. I don't know if they think they're hurting our feelings by manipulating the poll, but thanks, man. Thanks for showing support to the channel. Fucking morons. Darlene, what's up? Yeah, exactly. James says, y'all, I'm betting that there are so many citizens in Russia that are against Putin and what he is doing. For sure. They're browbeat, brother. They're afraid to, you know, to stand up, because if they don't do it in great enough numbers, and even if they do, some people are going to be, their freedoms are going to be sacrificed or worse, right? Abear says, I think that we can sleep well knowing that the bulk of our MAGA chatters aren't active participants other than their time chatting. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't, I agree, A-Bear. They're not the most attentive or informed crowd. I think Nosy makes another good point. She says, you are rightfully angry whenever confronted with their stupidity, but it's caused by their lack of education and understanding of facts. And I have to agree. Laziness breeds ignorance. Ignorance breeds fear. Fear breeds hate. And hate breeds violence. So don't be lazy. And the Trumpers are lazy. Laziness breeds ignorance. Ignorance breeds fear. Fear breeds hate. And hate breeds violence. Don't be lazy. And the Trumpers are. They just want to be told, you know, they'll say, oh, the libs are just like to be told what to think. And the Trumpers aren't being told what to think. They're being told what is true and what isn't. Yet all of that is fucking bullshit propaganda, right? To serve the people spewing the bullshit. That's funny. Those guys fucking up the vote. Messing with the poll. That's hilarious. They got to be over there. Let me check the Chud chat. They got to be over there fucking crying about it. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Maybe our stream just got out to some sort of Chud. I don't see fucking Lala and Sin would be fucking bragging about it, I'm sure. Yes, I think those of us who know Darlene is a great example of why it's important to fucking continue to stay true to ourselves, right? Because and Darlene knows I'm not beating up on her at all, but she started out as a Trump supporter, you know, and now she gets it, and I think that's all that's important. Kate asked if they just stopped by to vote. Yeah, they like. I mean, I'm guilty of having a lot of different accounts, but I only chat under TV too. I started out streaming fucking bootlegging news, so I had to have a lot of accounts because I'd get shut down regularly. But I always only chat as TV2, one thing or another. But yeah, there's some other like chuds that it's just their thing. They don't really have any reason to have all those accounts other than to do exactly what they're doing there. And I think it's funny. Like I only put those polls up just to fucking to get any of us thinking and get our blood pumping, right? I mean, it's a legit question, and you can see that someone is pissed that I asked it. Like there's even in this fucking poll, they're going to the extremes of logging into 20, 30 different accounts to defend someone about to take their about to hammer down on their own personal freedoms as well as ours. So. All right, you guys have wasted a perfectly good hour and a half, almost 90 minutes. I'm just getting started, so, but I do have to refill my cup and do a BRB. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you'll stick around. I'll only be gone for about 5, 6, or 7 minutes, something like that. Is that a Tesla vehicle? No, just hit them fucking weird-ass headlights. I'm going to leave you with whatever's going on here in Minnesota for a minute, and I'll be right back, all right?
We had 2 more hits in the 9 at 9 o'clock Central and 10 o'clock Central.
Do you feel better now? Got it out? At what point will you finally feel cool? Have we not made that fucking clear? Good day at the office, huh? You guys every day is not after you. This meeting today might be the day Christy knows how to manage someone.
You will be tried. And we're not gonna kill you. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop terrorizing us. And don't you get? What? Don't you get? Is that me? You're getting my hands and you are illegal. Stop believing your lies. Stop eating biscuits. Stop believing your
Well, they said you're not in the next hour unless things escalate.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm telling you.
No, but I'm just,
I mean, like, if you don't want, we don't need to stay out.
so we can take a little break. Yeah.
They hold large events all the time.
And I like going at the fence again. Which
He said they're still on our shot. You can't stand still. You staying
Oh,
still.
what the fuck is this bullshit? Oh, this is so cool. This is so loud. They're trying to scoop us up. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Wah, wah.
Should we walk to the other side or so?
Back to where we were?
He said the camera can move, but don't point it at the sky.
Don't point that at the what?
The 9 o'clock show said they were still taking our shot.
I know, so I was holding it over there. We just went away.
And I'm back. Do we have I can't see the Nick Shirley account, but it's Dave Incel. If one of our moderators want to fucking nix that dude, he's way over the edge. I have no there's like very few Trumpers that I permanently banned, but he's one of them. I mean, Gary's a Trumper. He was just here. Didn't we have another Trumper stop by? Maybe not. I mean, I can't blame him, but. Oh, Bully was here, or Diggins was here earlier. I think that dipshit Richard stopped by yesterday. Yeah, Dave Ensel is seriously needs some help. That dude's way, way obsessed. Oh my God, I have a fresh fucking Black Russian, you guys. It is good. And it is, oh, the temp's going up a little bit. 22 degrees, but I am like hours away from all hell breaking loose on the snow front. Max says he found the so here is Jesus Christ, how many do I got? Here's a video clip of ICE agent going into a porta-john with a detainee.
Why won't you wear your mask?
Let me adjust this. Otherwise, my OCD will get the best of me. Plus, I want to give you guys a bigger look as we can. We don't need the music. Oh boy. Yikes. Yeah, she's in handcuffs. Holy shit. The fucking ICE agent did take a fall. Oh my god. Oh, that's too fucking funny. I hope he wrapped his tater good.
Who said that? Like, why isn't the press using lights?
Well, I just said it's a safe thing. Like, we don't want to give attention to ourselves.
Are we doing her show?
I don't know. You have the.
It says we are.
You could lean up against the fence. Yeah.
I have to look around a second, see if there's any more feeds from out there. Wow, so that cocksucker Cam Higbee is out there in Minnesota, but I am not bringing up his feed. And besides, if he ever found out, he'd be fucking crying. Mercado Media is live. I get a lot of commercials with his shit though. Portland Andy doesn't really seem to be showing much either. So I wanted to read what Trump's comments were, or what was going on with one of his advisors or something, spewing shit about the Insurrection Act. Did I not see this or hear this? So the ICE deputy has ICE deputy resigns amid Minnesota protests. Oh, just a fucking regular Joe Blow, I guess, maybe.
Yes, you have things to help you. Why are you making it so hard on yourself? And why wouldn't you put on your mask? What, you afraid of rain? Run, kid, run!
James asked if I know when Jack Smith is testifying publicly. I don't, James, but let me make note of that because is he going to? I know he's already done some like a private hearing or deposition or whatever. Actually, if you guys go to Midas Touch, they have the full Jack Smith deposition, I believe it is, which is like 8.5 hours long. James, I'll make sure that I stay on top of that, brother. I don't have an answer for you right now.
I'll add you to the group. Don't worry about it.
There's always something new at Gun Lake Casino.
I'm so sorry. That's like an 18-hour drive, man. 35? And honestly, wasn't that because gas outside of California is so cheap?
Gloria says he testifies publicly on January 22nd. Thanks, Gloria. Appreciate you, sister. All right. I'll definitely be streaming that, you guys, for sure. Kate says if you use Brave browser, you won't get commercials. I have, like, I think this is an assigned in account when I go through my streaming software. That's the problem. Like, I have ad blocker, but I'm going to have to try that. Yeah, there was some shit that I been missing earlier in the morning lately. Like, I usually stream the audio from the Supreme Court. I didn't manage that this week. And then there were fuck, I don't know. There was just some hearings yesterday that I wished I would have streamed.
No, it's 70 million. It's 70. We're here. We can only stay till Sunday, unfortunately. I wish I could stay longer. I'm a student. I gotta go back to school on Tuesday. I don't think it's. I mean, this is till 10 o'clock out. They said they're ramping up. Is that what the email said? Today they're gonna ramp up to New York and California. Do you want to take document this? We could see them, right? Chicago. I missed Portland. So this is what happened. Joe said right now Shimon is not in the 10 p.m. show, but they advise us.
Kate says Brave works just for YouTube and Tubi. Yeah, it's like when basically my stream, I don't know how familiar you are with like OBS, but it's the streaming software I use, and it has its own browser. And for whatever reason, I've struggled with add-ons and shit within the streaming software browser. But I'm not the most technically able person either. All right, I got to kill my Camasec so I can do a dab. Not a meth, but. I asked, will Trump try to stop the midterm elections? And until we were infiltrated, it was about 75% said, yes, he will try to stop the midterm elections. But since then, it is now 66% of the 61 votes cast. How many people that involves, I don't know. Probably a third. say no, he won't try to stop the midterm election. So I just want to remind the person that fucking cast all those no votes, you'll be wrong, because there's no doubt Trump is going to do everything. Well, I did, to be fair, I did say try. He will try, so you'll be wrong. But whatever.
Oh, so sleepy.
Only a crumb short, A-Bear? That dude's salad is missing like half his fucking croutons. Croutons? Do you say croutons or croutons, A-Bear? I remember having this conversation with some of the Waitrons when I was, look. I like that one, darling. My grandma would always say that he was a few cherries short of a full bowl. Did I mention how good that cocktail is?
One more!
So they left it in the car, right? Yeah, they left the car behind. Was it those cars that were left behind? Yeah.
But like MPD came like flying over the hill, and then I was like, oh, and then they saw something or something. They got him. So I was like,
Right.
they ran. They were, I don't know if they were. We went back. They like pushed people back.
All right, I can't see you guys for a minute, but I just want to read this to you. The latest, what's going on currently with the state of Minnesota as far as fighting back or pushing back outside of the citizen protests. A federal lawsuit filed by Minnesota's Attorney General Keith Ellison, Minneapolis, and St. Paul against DHS/ICE in January 2026, challenging the surge of federal agents as an unconstitutional federal invasion, seeking to end operations and requesting a temporary restraining order following reports of escalating tensions and a shooting by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Alongside this, the ACLU of Minnesota also filed a class action lawsuit in January 2026, alleging constitutional violations like warrantless stops and arrests by federal agents. Some of the details are Minnesota Attorney General Ellison, City of St. Paul, Minneapolis. Yeah, so I guess that's where that stands. The federal government has called the allegations false and plans to increase deployments, while a judge is currently weighing Minnesota's request for an injunction. Just a quick one of the stupid questions I had from a chud recently was, why didn't we protest while during Obama or Biden when ICE was making arrests? And my response was because they weren't out there terrorizing neighborhoods and unaliving American citizens.
A number of the protesters spent the night in essentially a face-off with law enforcement here. You ready to go? Oh, sorry. A number of protesters, several protesters basically spent the night in a conversation with federal law enforcement here.
Kate says the ruling should also come on the 22nd.
They sit in the driveway, which they're not supposed to do, and the federal authorities here will make an announcement and tell them they have to leave. Or in many cases, what was happening was the federal authorities would come out and push the protesters back onto the sidewalk. But I guess I have to do like Shimon Prokopez, right?
Yeah, let me see what this says.
Okay.
Just a regular Shimon Prokopez and then one for Alex. Custom look fly for Alex.
We got a stool for him to stand on so he can look us in the eye.
Wait, what? Yeah.
He can even get on his big fancy coat that he likes to wear so he looks like Himmler. Well, it's okay.
I just, are you guys rolling on my shot with Shimon and
Big black boots, his big shiny black boots.
About to do these look lives.
Very clean. There's definitely no dirt on them. That's for sure.
All I want to do is chew some gum. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. I like a good beer buzz any time of the day.
So what? The first one is for regular Shimon Prokopez?
Yeah, and then the one for Alex.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's
fucking
do
shit
Alex
sketchy.
first, right?
You know, I fucking sat there and kind of berated everybody about
protesters
being a responsible citizen and being informed and voting.
3, 2, 3, 2. Alex,
But man,
protesters spent most
that's
of the
something
night
I
here at
need
the
to
Whipple
sharpen
Federal
up on
Building
is
in Minneapolis, and sort of a
the rights we
standoff
have
with federal authorities. As you can
as,
see here,
you know,
they would sit down here. This is the driveway.
like in
that
relation
leads
to being
into the
stopped,
federal building where many of the
like
cars
I
would
guess,
go in.
you know,
Some
a
of them
cop
are
isn't
ICE,
supposed to pull you over, I
some
suppose,
are
unless they
federal
have
immigration and other
intent
federal law
or,
enforcement
you know,
officials. This is their
just
office, so
cause
they
or
would come in
whatever
here.
anyways. But
Many of the protesters would try to block them.
I did
Then
see a
what
cop
we
the other
would
day
see
say that
is heavily armed or in tactical gear,
like an
federal
out
law
tail light
enforcement wearing-
is a huge
Let me do it again. Sorry.
kind of profile thing they use, that it's not 90% of the time it's not about safety and getting that tail light fixed. They're using it as a reason to search the vehicle, check the driver's or passenger's record,
Alex here
status,
outside the
right?
3-2. Alex,
So yeah,
Alex here
you know,
outside
it's
the
just another
local
thing
federal
that,
building in
like,
Minneapolis. What's been happening
I
through
don't
the
know
night
if those
is that
ICE
many of
agents
the
have
protesters
badges
have been in
now
a
or not,
standoff
but they
with
they
federal
don't
law
have name
enforcement.
tags. I
Some of
doubt
them
they
would
have
sit
badges.
here
I don't
blocking
know that
vehicles
are
from coming
visible. I
in
don't
or
know.
coming
They're
out of
masked.
the building.
Why would
We've
anybody
seen
fucking
many
stop?
federal
Look
law
what they're
enforcement
fucking shooting
come
and
through
killing
this way.
people.
Some of them are
You don't have
ICE
to if you
officers
haven't
who are here
fucking
operating,
done
but this is their office.
you
This
know,
is where many of them
broken
have
any
been
traffic
gathering.
laws or
And
whatever.
so
You
many of
don't
the
have to
protesters
fucking
have been trying to disrupt them, prevent them from
adhere
coming
to their
in. We
fucking
saw some
unlawful
protesters
demands.
banging on cars. We saw
But it can be
one
dangerous.
protester throwing a frozen water bottle at a car, and eventually we had seen federal law enforcement in tactical gear. They would move out. They would push the crowd back. In one case, they were targeting an individual and detain them. Then also on the other side, there were
Darlene
other
asked if it's the
protesters
same as the
gathering,
stop
and
and
they
search
were
law that
shaking
they
the fence,
passed
and
at
we
one time.
watched as federal law enforcement
She's thinking
deployed
that
pepper
law was
balls in
dropped.
some
You know,
cases,
that
and then in one case they sprayed pepper spray, what
you
appeared to be
can't.
at least pepper spray.
Like, I
and
just
someone
watched this
died.
documentary. What finally put me out last night on, like the criminality, the crime in New York City in the 90s. And that was like one of those places, stop and frisk, I believe. And it's just, you can't. The problem is that, like,
we've watched protesters all night.
just
and sort of a
cause or
standoff
reasonable
with federal law
suspicion.
enforcement. You see here some of them.
I mean,
this
if
is
you,
what they've been doing all
and
night.
not to
They've been
fucking, because
sitting
I'm not the
here
fucking,
on
I'm
the
no
ground
English scholar.
in
You
front of
guys
this
know that. I'm
driveway,
always going on
and
about how
occasionally what we would see
limited
is
my
federal law
vocabulary is, but
would rush out,
like
rush
just
out from
cause,
behind
you
these,
know,
these
reasonable
areas.
suspicion. Look up the definition of those words. For fuck's sake, they're not very defined. I mean, it's not very specific to what that, you know, what those words mean with inside the law, and what,
Here outside
you
the
know,
Whipple Federal Building, we
authorities,
watched protesters sort of
peace
in a standoff
officers,
with federal
remember,
law
have.
enforcement the whole night. What's been happening here
It's
is
all
many of
it's
the
all a lot of
protesters, they've been sitting here. They've been sitting
police
down on
state
the ground here.
bullshit
This
that's
is the
coming at
driveway.
us, you
This is
guys.
the
And
area
I
where
mean,
many of the federal law
the
enforcement
world's
vehicles,
getting
this is where
populated,
they would drive
and it's
through, come
moving
in,
fucking
leave.
fast.
And so protesters
This shit isn't
trying to block
surprising me.
some of
It's
that.
surprising
And
me in the
then,
U.S.
several times
at
we
this
watched
extent.
as federal law
I mean, it's
enforcement
not like we
tactical
haven't
gear, they
seen
would come out from
over
behind there, push the
reaching
crowd back,
police
push the protesters back,
tactics
to
and all
clear the
that
way.
bullshit,
In
but
some cases we saw
the military
protesters throw a frozen
being
water
involved in the
bottle
streets
at
for
one of the
civil,
cars, and then we saw
for
federal law enforcement come out from behind, targeting an individual,
whatever you want to
and
call
then
it.
detaining the
I'll use
individual.
civil
We
unrest
also watched that
just
some
for now
protesters were shaking
to
the
speed
fence
things
on the
along.
other side, and then we saw one of the
It's
law
not been
enforcement
used in
using
this way
pepper
across
spray
the
to get
country,
the
right?
person
It's been in
back.
real
We watched that pepper
specific
balls
spots,
were
like where
deployed.
riots
For the
have
most
gone
part,
on in the
night
past, civil
has
rights
been
riots, for
peaceful. There
example,
were
right?
pockets
A few
of
years
tension,
before my
certainly
time.
a standoff here, but for the most part, federal law enforcement, they've been allowing them to stay in the street. But when it
Kate
comes to
said we
preventing
had
cars
the
from coming in or
stop and
leaving,
frisk here
that's
in
when we
central
would see it,
Wisconsin, except
certainly
it was
tension.
used
That's
on
when we would
people
see
with
it
tie-dyes.
rise.
Kate, I
Some
opened a
protests,
Hooters
see
in
men,
what I was a corporate trainer and traveled for the company, and I opened a Hooters in Greenfield. That's kind of central Wisconsin, and it like a little bit west of Madison, right? Which is a huge kind of party college town. I could see that, sister. I could see that they would be probably trying to hammer down on fucking dope smokers. Darlene says, yes, Michigan allows stop and frisk known as Terry stops, but strictly under federal Fourth Amendment guidelines. Police need reasonable suspicion. Right. Right. You have, that's really what it all comes down to is they have to, it's the fucking cop out. The cops cop out is, and I'm not trying to fucking dirty up all cops or put any filth on like all cops, obviously. But it's they use the reasonable suspicion, but it's such a fucking gray kind of term, honestly. Darlene goes on to say that articulate facts that the person is armed and dangerous to conduct a frisk, pat down, or weapons. Michigan law and reinforced cases like People versus Williams and People versus Frederick. People versus Frederick requires more than just a hunch or a presence in a high crime area, meaning officers have specific reason for the stop and the frisk. But it's such a fucking low bar. The reasonable suspicion is such a low bar. 100 miles north of Madison. I had fun there. I have to tell you, that was like one of my favorite openings when I worked for Hooters was the Greenfield, Wisconsin store. Some of the regulars that we were training brought us into Milwaukee one night. It was pretty cool. Like, I had heard a lot of shitty things about Milwaukee up to that point, but the streets were wide open and they were clean. I didn't see like a bunch of fucking shady characters hanging out. Well, I'm happy to see that the protests are peaceful. It's very fucking cold. I have no idea what the temperature is in Minnesota. I'm going to look real quick for Minneapolis because I'm assuming it's freezing ass cold there. Kate, what's your temps? Wisconsin's always a lot chillier than us. Darlene's right at the tip of the lower peninsula. She's can be colder than me sometimes. People don't fucking know what we go through here in the Midwest. Oh, it says it's 30 degrees currently in Minneapolis. Warmer than I am. Oh, no worries, A-Bear. She can't hear me, but... I was going to say, now I can talk shit. A-Bear's not listening. I would never waste talking shit about A-Bear when she's not listening. I would absolutely hold on to it until I know I had her full attention. .22, that's what I'm at too, Kate. 22 degrees here in West Michigan. The lake always helps keep us warm, but it always intensifies the snow. Yeah, it got chilly here too last night, Darlene, but only down to about like 17. But unfortunately, and it always happens, I mean, end of January or the full moon in January, end of January, end of February, end of March, it can be bitter fucking cold. And that's what we're looking at like in about 10 days. The end of January is supposed to be super duper chilly. Bear asks, at the risk of repeating a topic, why is it that MAGA is comparing Kirk to God or to good? Tide seems to believe the argument of public figure is a red herring. I disagree. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I agree, Abear. Abear says Kirk set out to be a gadfly in the spotlight. I've seen nothing about good remotely similar. Yeah, I mean, I spent next to no time on my streams beating up Kirk. I said my piece about him and have periodically that he was a really lousy person. I've gone as far as to say that society is better off without him, though he didn't, what happened. None of us would condone or, advocate for or think is right. But it doesn't change the fact that he was a really lousy person. I mean, I don't know what to... I think, the Trumpers are always, or in the past have talked about people being oversensitive. It's like, I'm not sitting here condoning violence. The exact opposite, I'm just making a pretty obviously clear and true statement that the world and society is a better off place without people like Charlie Kirk. I mean, I don't, that's my opinion. Some folks might disagree with that, but yeah, he was, and look, I get it. And it's always hard for me to say this shit, but there is some truth to, or a lot of truth to it. I get it. I put myself out there. Will never see myself as some sort of fucking, figure like Charlie Kirk in any way, shape, or form. Certainly not popularity wise. I'm probably too honest and have too much of a heart to get that kind of attention. So, but I get, for sure, he fucking put himself out there. I mean, it's the way it is. I've received my fair share, and not complaining at all. I could give a fuck less. I've received my fair share of toxic comments, emails. Are you colder than us, Mac? 15 degrees right now? Yeah, Kate said they were trying to compare Charlie Kirk with MLK. I know it's not funny, but these people are that's where that kind of shit is where I start thinking about the re-education camps for Trumpers again. It's just logistics really is the only holdback, isn't it? I'm going to have to probably fuck off soon. Bear spoiled living right there on the ocean. 32 degrees is like fucking beach weather. Oh, that one is still up. All right. Well, thank you to Mercado Media and Andrew Mercado on the ground there in Minneapolis. I've been following Andrew since 2020. Appreciate you, brother, if you hear this. And the other feed is pretty. Bill, what's up, brother? That's right. You came in while I was on my break, I think. Cheers to you. Bill says, I've never wished a man dead, but I've read some obituaries with great and joy pleasure. Mark Twain. Yeah. Oh, Twain had a way with words, huh? Should we end this badass poll? I'm always trying to do better, and it's because, and I tell you what, I want to thank Nosy and Kate and A Bear and James, all you guys who participated in that conversation about how, because our sister Nosy is a German citizen, and she's 100% one of us, and by one of us I mean a fucking human with a human being that realizes that humans are humans and their color and their country of origin and their sex and all that has is kind of irrelevant for most of what's important in life. So thank you guys for that conversation. That's why I do this shit. You can email me and I'll have to get a post back up for the screen or whatever. TV2media at Outlook. TV2media at Outlook. With anything you think I should know about or that you want to share or that you would like me to share. So I appreciate you folks. I do. This is one of the better ones because of you guys. I mean, the chatters make the streams. There's none of us who have been around for a very long time, whether you've been a streamer, a moderator, or just a chatter, who will disagree with that. The chatters make the streams what they are. And so people sometimes get offended that, oh, you don't let free speech in your chat TV. And it's like, no, I don't let people come in my fucking living room and fucking shit all over the place and then call that free speech. So, all right. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Be good. TV2 out.